Let's take a look at this question. Elise shone a torchlight onto a paper tree and a shadow was formed on the screen as shown below. Okay, we have the picture here. We have the torchlight, paper tree, and screen. She recorded the results in the table below as shown. Okay, distance between the paper, tree, and the screen. Okay, it's going to change. Okay, it's going to be further and further. The screen is going to move further away from the paper tree. The height of the shadow increases. Okay, at a shorter distance, it is 13. 10 cm is going to be a bigger shadow. 12 cm is going to be even bigger shadow. 14 is going to be a very big shadow. Okay, so the shadow is going to become bigger as the screen moves further away from the paper tree. Okay, now this is a light question. Light question, usually they will ask to identify relationships. They will ask you basic properties of light. Light travels in straight line, how shadows are formed, and how the size of shadow changes, okay, or the sharpness of the shadow changes. Okay, all these you must know. Now let's look at part A. Elise noticed the shadow created on the screen was not very dark. Suggest a way in which she can create a darker shadow without changing the paper tree. Now when a shadow is not dark, it means that the room might be bright. Okay, if the room is bright, it means that you have other sources of light. The other sources of light are shining on the shadow, so your shadow is not very dark. Now in order to produce a very dark shadow, you can lower the brightness, okay, of the room. Okay, so I'm just going to put here, okay, lower the brightness in the room. Okay, if the room is less bright, then your shadow will be darker. From the table, what is the relationship between the distance of the paper tree from the screen and the height of the shadow? Now they are asking for relationship. If you're my student, you will know that I always, okay, have this type of template to answer this type of questions because it's easiest to get the marks. Okay, now we are talking about distance, so we are going to just put down as the distance, copy from the question, between the paper tree and screen. Okay, the distance between paper tree and screen increases, comma, okay, as the distance between the paper tree and screen increases. Okay, look at this. Okay, it's increasing 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 14. Then the shadow, what happened? The height of the shadow increases as well because 13, 16, 19, 22. Okay, it also increases. So this is the answer. As the distance between paper tree and screen increases, the height of the shadow increases. Okay, you can read from the table. Explain how shadows are formed. Now, this is a 1-mark question. Okay, so you need to explain shadows are formed when light is blocked by an object. Okay, it is blocked, that's why you have shadow. Can? This is a question about relationship. Remember, there's a template for this. Use this template. Thank you.